Hello. Figured I'd start it up a little early to start getting some drinks and beers while we're waiting for everybody to come in. Let's see, we've got KJ, VMC, Garrett, Michael, Jim, Smoker, Brian R, AG, Littlefoot Silverstacker 74, Mike Schleiz. So far, I think that's everybody's price I think I've seen. KJ. Fanta 23. Jim, that would do 019.3. 193. Oh, there we go. 1936. I was going to say, that's going to be a little old one. Let's see. 36. Garrett Barks 34. AG Pepsi 035. Mike Dr. Pepper Cream Soda 40. Littlefoot Fresca Peach 37. Chris Elms Mountain Dew 039. New Marshall 7-Up Tropical 36. Smoker Black Cherry 22. 74 is Fresca Peach 31. Brian is Dr. Pepper Cherry 39. Let's see. Hello, Sir Frogman. Welcome. Scott is Mountain Dew 036. Sounds good, AG. Sir Frogman, Mountain Dew 038. Tannenbaum 36. Welcome. Mark Spafford 39. You can also guess the drink if you want, because if you get the drink right, you get your name on the wheel. Nice, Littlefoot. Nope. Looks like we're almost at 25 likes already. I show 22, which means it's probably 23. Sparks is 0. Okay. That's the stream boss. I figured I'd get it ready for when I can do super chats and things, but it's like if you do a tip or super chat or things like that, it lowers the health down and then it gets to where someone else takes over. Pepsi Cherry 0, okay. Wild, welcome. 040 Wild. And Marsh, we are guessing what drink you think I am drinking tonight. So these are the options. And then you can also choose what you think is the oldest year that will come out of this box. So that's why people are putting down like Pepsi Zero and that sort of thing. 25 likes, sweet. BH says Black Cherry 24. And Marsh, Black Cherry 38. And let's get the 25 like going. So on that, you can do exclamation GAW, and it will get you entered. And anybody is good to get in on that. If you win a regular GAW giveaway, you get one GAW win per night, and then you can also win on the wheel. But like if I do a 50 like and stuff, end of stream, if it's the same sort of thing, you know, they're all copper rounds, then it's one per stream for the exclamation GAW. I'll take my one win now. And then if your name goes on the wheel, that is for throughout the night, for those that are new. I put your name on the wheels if you guess the year when we're going through the box. If you get your name on the wheel and you end up not being there at the end, that's fine. The wheel is one of those that you do not have to be present, but you do have to email me if you are the winners, which means you'll have to go back and at least watch that part to see if you win. The other ones are live, like the 25 like, but the wheel is all throughout the night. If you sub, you get some extra points. And Marsh, I'm going to get you some points so you can gamble. So you can do slots, you can do gamble, you can do adventure, you can do 8-ball. Seems like there's another one. I do have it on live chat. I'll open it up since some people are still coming in. Coin Cody I saw, Mountain Dew 038. Exclamation GAW. If you haven't gotten in, I'm going to open it up for about 30 seconds and then we'll close it. I think pretty much everybody else is already in. Yeah, 25 likes before we even get started. I like that. All right, closing. We're picking a winner, not our nose. And Marsh. Very good. He probably didn't expect to win already. So on that, you will need to send me an email, dadhuntscoins@gmail.com, and then your screen name, your regular name, and then also your address and what you won. I go through these at the end of the night, but these are copper rounds, so like number 1 is the front, underneath it's the back. Number 2 is the front, underneath its back. Same thing goes through. The very bottom, 29, the left one is the front. Next to it's the back, and then 30, so it's right between the front and back there. So I can email that to you, but like I said, throughout the night, at the end of the night, I go through all my other ones, which are all kinds of them up here, because not all of them are on that paper. Well, if it says if he won, he would give it to himself. Hey, Maple Leaf. Just a little bit late, sorry. That's okay. I know we'll get at least to a 50 like. Haven't ever gotten a 75, but okay, there you go. That's just getting caught up on everything. Jimmy Lucari, welcome. Billy, welcome. Fresco Black Cherry 37. If anybody else wants to get their drink and year in real quick, for those that just popped in. Yeah, it happened quite quickly tonight. That's okay. I know that we'll have at least a 50. We'll have an end of stream, so there's at least 2 more of those. Sprite and 35. That was Jimmy. So yeah, I figured I'd get the Stream Boss stuff set up for when I get close. After tonight's stream, I'll be about 100, 150 hours away. Billy says, Dr. Pepper Coconut, we're doing Warnickel. Yes, we are. We've been finding buffaloes, but not a Warnickel. Billy, did you want to get a year? I guess the oldest of the box. You're welcome to. And then we'll close it up and start the hunt. This is for New Marshall. He has tonight, and then he has Monday also. $40. Okay. Silverman, welcome. Mountain Dew 36. All right. We had one that was close, but no one got it exactly tonight. Starry Zero. Yum yum. Starry is what used to be Sierra Mist. But there was some kind of, supposedly there was a lawsuit about the name, and so they had to change it. Something, I don't know if that's true, but so N Marsh, you won a copper round. I'm going to send you that screenshot that I have, and then, like I said, I'll go through more at the end of the night. So there you go. That is in your email. Let's see if we have any good stuff in here. Got a few older looking ones, but no good enders. Because I got lots of them that are not on the list, but like I said, usually at the end of the night we'll kind of go through them and for the ones that I don't have. So we pull out all of the 2024s, 2009s, those are low mintage. Anything from the 50s or older, we pull out. And of course any Buffaloes, V-nickels, War nickels. At the end of the night I go through like the 64D for Denver and look for double dies. We have found proofs before. Yes, exclamation me if you provide content and need subscribers. Exclamation me will post your channel link, and everybody is welcome to do that. If you're new, you're not sure exactly what's going on, you can always ask. We're always welcome to help you. Martin's Treasure Hunting, I am now subscribed to you. That is what the link can do. So now you have a new subscriber. Hopefully you subscribe to me and have bell notifications and alert you when I'm streaming and things. Sometimes I do pop-ups, but usually I schedule the streams like the day before. And then you get points that you can gamble with and stuff throughout the night. Play games, duel, that sort of thing. Roll 1 had nothing, but we've had boxes start out slow and end up hot, and sometimes we've had start out hot and end up slow. And when you see this come up, you will see a year guess get typed into the chat, and there you go. There. So now you can throw your guess that you think that nickel is. Just to give you a heads up, it'll be 50s or older 99.9% of the time. So just to let you know that. And then here shortly we'll see, after a minute or two, we'll see some hands get thrown up. Usually I'll say I've got 10 more coins or whatever, and then when the stop sign comes up, that's when I flip it. Like on this one, I had already started going through that roll, so I'll unwrap this one, and then that should give you enough time to get years in. And I gotta get my finds box open. There we go. All right, we have a 57. And let's see who got anybody. I think I saw at least one. Yep. So we have Jimmy Licari. We have KJ. Jimmy and KJ, I believe, is the ones I see. I am a little tired tonight, which must be a good sign. Welcome, Lyle. Kind of a nasty looking one, but doesn't matter. On the 75 Denvers, I look for the high D also. I don't think I'll ever find one, but I do look for them. I also look for the speared buffalo. Actually, I can tell you. Let's see. That is as of January 17th. So let's see where we're at. Got another 105. So right now, once the hours from Monday get added in, I am at 2,800 hours. So this will probably give me another hour. That'll be 29. So next week I'll probably hit the 3,000. And then however long it takes them to say I'm good. All right, finish up any guesses. And we'll flip this ugly one. It is a 58. That was a 57. Now it's 58. Get that on the board. And VMC says Scott. I assume Scott C. 74 also. Alrighty, got those on the board. And the wheel. Wow, swag is the stuff. Thank you. It was a 58. The first one was a 57, but I don't think I saw you in the second guess. I'll have to go back and double check. That one was face up. Good thing I caught it. I don't know what that blue dot on my finger is. The only thing I can figure it's from the Sharpie. See, now you can get in on this one, Littlefoot. Cheers. Oh, I'm off to bed. Well, sleep. Yes. I do not have any tattoos. I like them, but they just don't, you know, go well with business stuff. And in this roll that I opened, we've got another one to guess. So we'll finish this one up. This one's a 59, so we've had a 57, a 58, and a 59. That's a new guess. I'm going to keep KJ and VMC busy tonight, it looks like. There we go, update that. And we've got Brian R. is the only one, I think. Brian got it exactly on. Only a couple 64 Denvers so far. This is a same day pickup as the one I opened on Monday. It doesn't really matter which bank it comes from because they get the shipments at the same day from the same company. Although once in a while they'll have a box that they'll pull out just randomly. Alrighty. I'll let Jimmy in on that one. $46. We now have our oldest of the box so far. And got KJ. There you go. work I had to get up and go walk around. I was getting kind of sleepy, and I was like, I can't do that. So I did a little bit of walkabout. That's why hopefully tonight I'll be ready to sleep right away. And for those non-regulars, everybody knows I don't sleep very well. I have like the Ambien or whatever. I've tried both kinds, Lunesta. Those don't work. I tried this new one that's kind of expensive. It's $125. And that doesn't work. But I find if I mix the two, they actually work a little bit. New Marshall, I believe you like toned ones. I don't know if you would consider that one toned or just weird. But if you want that one, I will throw it in. Yeah, I figured so. New Marshall likes toned coins and rounds and stuff, so when I come across them, I save them. Just like, I think it was VMC that takes the hold coins. So that was in your package. I think it was you. So, like I said, I did include that one with your package I sent. Yeah, I like toners that are kind of like the purples and blues and golden hues. Yeah, you're welcome. It's one of those things that, you know, it's 50 cents, so it's not like I was including a $100 bill or something. But yeah, I like ones that are like golden, purple, blue. They can be all one. Like I've had some that are like all goldenish looking. They're not gold painted or anything, but they're just toned that way. I've had some that are like a mix between purple and blue. I think that's a D. I would say the blue purple ones are probably my favorite, but the golden copper look sometimes are pretty good too. All right, we'll finish up the guesses on that and then continue on. This one is another 58. So, who got a 58? JC? Well, welcome. I didn't see you come in. Me. So Garrett C, Mike S. It's 157, 258s, and a 59. And then the 46. So this is the one that I liked. It doesn't come well over on the camera, but that one there, it's got like a copperish hue to it. Well, it says the only time he guesses right is at the end of the stream when I say type in wheel. Yeah, I've tried on camera and that just does not come through. It just looks kind of like a regular one. But in person it has kind of a copperish hue to it. Yeah, you have to have like the right lighting and everything. And welcome, David Ruin. A little bit behind, it looks like. So we're already into roll 8. Yep. Yeah. I mean, you can get them, like if you have all the equipment and the lighting and everything, you can get them to come through, but yeah, I'm not. Sometimes if you take it from further back, you can get no 2026s. I usually don't start seeing stuff until almost mid-year on 25s, like nickels, quarters. I didn't start seeing those until close to June. We do have our first 2009. Get that on the board. Don't know if you saw the year on that one. I think I had it down, but I sold my 2025 Denver halves, all 6 boxes that I've picked up. And then I sold my 2 boxes of 2025 Denver nickels. I sent that off. It somehow sat in the post office. 3 days later, finally showed up in Las Vegas as being scanned. And then it's just been sitting there since like I would send it out like on the 14th, I think. And I did message the person that bought it, and I said, just so you're aware, my post office, being rural, does not scan things very well. So the first time you see a scan will probably be in Las Vegas. And I said I was sending it out the next morning, so I took it down at 9 o'clock when they opened. So it's been already a week and it's only in Vegas. But I've had that happen to where like it doesn't get scanned here, and then all of a sudden it pops up in Vegas. It shows it was like scanned, and then from here, and then in Vegas like an hour later, and it's like that's kind of impossible unless you took a plane, because it's a 3.5 hour drive to get to Vegas. So I don't know how they could scan it and get into Vegas in an hour. So whatever way they scan it, it doesn't pop in until Vegas scans it, and then it's like the stuff finally pops through. And then, like I said, it's been sitting there since then. Another 58. That's 3 of them now. I was going to say, it looks like it's going to be another box like Monday, where we had 15, I think it was. Did I get that? Yeah, I got that on the board. Okay. 6 winners. Wow. You're just going to guess 58. So we got Otis, JC, 74, Smoker, Queen Cody, and Chris H. That would be 6. Oh, AG also. All right, so 7 winners then. I was going to say, because I got the 6, and then that would be 7 with AG. He math be not goodest at all times. I'm one of those weird ones that like math. I do spreadsheets for fun. The spreadsheets that I have on my channel page for keeping track of bullion and coins and all that stuff, I built, and then it updates automatically when you open it with the gold and silver prices, and then it automatically calculates all of the values, like the melt values. I also have it with the numismatic value, because sometimes numismatic is way more than melt, and sometimes melt is worth more than numismatic. And I break it down to how much times face you would need to equal silver. And also how much each of them are worth. So if you open it up, it's That's awesome. Part 2. I'll have to watch that one. Don't want to watch it right now, obviously, because we're streaming. I will definitely look at that after the stream. I think I've seen it, but I can't. It might have been a while ago. Yes, AG. Last time I knew was at 200, and then it was up a little bit from there. But I'm not sure what you're at now, but definitely check out AG's channel. I gave him a copper round with his package to do as part of his giveaway. $204. Man, how do you like this thing? That's like, I thought it was going to be an old one, but it's not really old. It's only a 77. Yeah, he's got a few things with that giveaway, and he has a video out for it. And I sent I think it was a Buffalo round, one of my ones like this, but the back has the Buffalo on it instead of that one. Less than 100 go to give away 2 ounces of silver. Very nice. Silver is expensive now. I think it was $96 earlier when I saw it. O9S, yeah. I wish I had more O9S VDBs, but there's a few of them I try to get, but they just want too much for it. And I can't pay what they want because then I'd have to charge like $5 for a round. If I get more anyway right now, it's going to raise the prices up because it would be about, my cost would be about $2.50 a round. Hey, we got a new subscriber. Thank you. Is it Devin or Devon? One of those. I'm going to get you some points so you can gamble and play games. You automatically get some if you subscribe, but I always give you more too. Welcome. Hopefully you hang out and we do giveaways. We play games, all kinds of stuff. And again, for those that do get on the wheel, you do not have to be present to win, but you do have to email me if you are the winner. And I've only had one person not claim a prize. And I gave him well over a week. I gave him almost 2 weeks. Yeah, if it's one of those I could get more, but like I said, I'd have to raise the prices because I cost average everything, and right now they're about $2 around, and I'd have to raise it to close to $3 if I get it, because they would move it up. Everything, the cheapest I have found is $250. Trying to get into the coin stuff. Dad's absolutely nuts about it. Awesome. Eat my snack before I get some. Okay. Sounds good. I put that pull up and kind of figured it went the way I assumed it would be. Hey, we have an ender. Not a buffalo or anything, but this was the end. So Devon, or Devon, not sure which one, but I'll just say Devon. You can guess the years, just so you're aware. They're usually 99.9% of the time going to be in the 50s or older, so 50s, 40s, 30s. If you put one that, like if it's a buffalo and you put a year that there's no way it could be a buffalo, we try to let you guys know. But you are welcome to guess what you think this coin year is. And if you get it right, you get whoever's closest, so it can be multiple winners. And whoever is the closest or gets it exactly on gets their name on a wheel that is throughout the night. And then at the end of the stream, I spin that wheel. And if you're the winner, you get a 1-ounce copper round. Stuff like, for example, this. I give you a choice of what you can get. I do have a sheet that has some of them. It is a little outdated. I know there's a couple that are not on there anymore, but I just haven't had time to update it. And I saw the channel name. It breaks it up, like when it shows the stuff. And I noticed that how it shows Yanambon. I'm butchering it, I know. But it breaks it up into like Henny and then Ambon, or however you say it. Everybody gets my name wrong, so Devonzo, pick another date, retract the first one. What did he put? Not sure. We have a second one from the 40s. It's a 49. Get that on the board. And see who the lucky winners are. So 49, we had a 48. 48, 48. Looks like 48s, because I don't see a 50, which would also be a winner, but we'll put 58s on. Which is New Marshall, Billy, Chris H. $74. It was a 49, but I don't see anybody with a 49. So it would have to be 48 and 50. Unless I'm just blind, which I can be. Oh, I see, but I was putting the 58s on. My bad. So that's Lyle. And 74 and Mark. There. Now I think I've got it fixed. See, that's why I have you guys mod. There we go. So the ones in blue are the mods. And you get a blue wrench when you get that. So 74, I got you on that. I was gonna say, if you come and hang out and you've also bought a hunt and stuff, so and if you came in late, tonight's drink, Starry. All of my drinks are 0. I don't drink sugar drinks. Just not a big fan of them. I actually prefer the zeros over diet, but I would take a diet over sugared. And people say that there's no difference between zero and diet, but there is a difference. I can usually tell the difference, especially with, like, say, Dr. Pepper. A Diet Dr. Pepper and a Dr. Pepper Zero do not taste the same. A Diet Pepsi and a Pepsi Zero do not taste the same. Just sweet tea for you. Yes. There's lots of them that they have, but you can't find them in zeros, but they make them. They just, like in the grocery stores here, Mountain Dew Code Red. I love it. The only stuff you can find it is Mountain Dew Code Red. You can't find it in zeros in the stores. All right, we're going to flip it. We got a new one. It's a 56. So now we've got a 56, 350, or 56, 57, 358s, and a 59. New Marshall. Oh, and Marsh. It threw me off because I thought you were abbreviating New Marshall. And sometimes they'll have like the Dr. Pepper coconut cream. Hey, Fleabag. Came out, but it was not in 0. And then like 3 months later, it finally came out in 0. And then it went away. So I don't know why they don't bring put as many zeros out. But that's all I ever buy. So I buy it when it comes on sale, when it's like a buy two get two, because they're 10. Well, one's $8.99, the other one is $9.99. Pepsi's $8.99, Coke is $9.99, and when they come on sale, it'll be like 4 for $20, or buy one get one, or actually it's buy two get two type thing. So that's when I buy a bunch. And it's usually like on that, it's like a limit 8. So I get it and put it out in my car, and like the next day or something, I'll go and get some more and go to the other grocery store. But I have 2 stores in town. The one I found has a much bigger selection. They have an entire wall of pop, and the other one has an aisle that is one side and it's about 3/4 of it. So the other grocery store has way more options. And they usually have pallets of it sitting out, like when they get them. There we go. I find it tries to focus down here, so I have to put my hand over there so that it forces it to focus on the coin. This was a hand-me-down, so, and they're not expensive. I've looked at the same ones like on Amazon. They're only like 30 or 40 bucks or something, but I got that from Pa when I was starting out. The other one I don't use because it is almost like fuzzy. It's, I think, a 720. I tried that one, David. I got it when I had to run to a Walmart, which is an hour away, and it's another 58. Doesn't want to focus, but it's another 58. So that makes 4 58s now. So when I had to run over, I happened to see it, and I was like, "Ooh, I'll try it," because they actually had 0. It was a 20-ounce bottle, and Billy JC, you notice? You had 58 and changed it? Well, that'll teach you. Usually the first guess is almost always right. Was it an S? For the 58, looks like Denver. I haven't looked at the mint marks on them because 58 isn't key or semi-key. 48s are. But that was a 49 and a 46. So actually the 49, let's see what that one was. 49 is Denver. Trolley 0. The Dr. Pepper coconut cream, creamy coconut or whatever it is. They had brought it out, and then it was like finally got some 0s, and then it went away. It was like in the summer. And I think it was kind of to test the market. And then they brought it out again this summer. It's like a summer edition type thing. But I've been putting coconut flavor in my Diet Dr. Pepper before they had 0s. I would put coconut flavor in my drink. And in Utah, people also put a couple creamers in with Dr. Pepper and then the coconut flavoring. And they call it a dirty Dr. Pepper. And the funny thing is when they brought it out, Utah counted for something like 30% of all their sales, and I think Idaho was like 13%. Hey, Crafty. So those two states combined almost had 50% of all their sales. So when it came out again this summer, and they had the, it was either buy 2, get 2, or, 4 for 20 or whatever it was. Basically $5 a pack. I went and bought like 8. Well, I bought the 4, and then I went back another day and bought another 4, along with all my other stuff. So I've still got, oh, dang it. Thank you, KJ. Like I said, it tries to focus on the side, and so when I move my hand, sometimes it does that. So I still have like 3 12-packs of it. 2.5, something like that. Hey, Isaiah. I might be able to start streaming on some Saturdays when I'm on call, because they're changing it, and the new guy supposedly is already ready to go, so they told me starting this weekend it'll only be Saturday night Friday night at midnight until 7 a.m. and then Saturday night at 9 p.m. until Sunday 7 a.m. We've now got another 50s. Yes, it's a 54. So we have a 54, a 56, a 57, a bunch of 58s, and a 59. So if that's the case, then I'll be able to stream. I know I saw some 54s. Who do we have? Smoker. Garrett C. '74 KJ. Just a few. And I remembered to put it on live chat to begin with, because I'm good at forgetting that. Because you don't see everything on top chat. So if that's the case, then Saturdays, the days, and afternoon, I will be able to do some streaming if, like, Pa isn't. Because I don't want to take over. I know Walker Magnet streams in the morning, but Pa was in the afternoon, but his life's been a little busy. Yeah, and I wish you could just set it so that it stayed whatever one you chose. But they don't have a setting. Just like on a phone, it's harder to tag people. And whereas on a computer, you can put start typing the name, and it pops up. And on a phone, you can't do it. And the other thing is Android, which is Google product. You can't even do it on their Pixel phones. Like having that option, because the Pixels, they usually give more options, at least to start with, than other ones, because it's their product. Although anybody can have Android, Google actually makes the Pixel phones. That's what I use. I had the Pixel 2 XL. That finally was dying, and so I got the Pixel 6 Pro. And then I have a 7 as a backup that I let my son use. Just, not to make calls, but just as a kind of a watch YouTube and stuff like that. Almost put that face up again. Now everybody's going to guess 58. I think it's going to be another one where we'll have double digits of the 50s. Because we're already at 8, and I'm only on roll 21. The other night, the 40s kind of came out ahead to start with, and then the 50s came back. We found an 09, but we haven't found the 24 yet. We had one box where there was 6 24s. I think it was 2 09s and 6 24s. And speaking of 09, another one. Get that one on the board. Then we'll flip it. That was a nice 09 also. It is not a 58. It's a 59. Let's see, anybody have 59? I see 48 or 58. 58, 58. See, Billy, 74. Emily. And Marsh. That throws me off because I keep thinking it's New Marshall. Yeah, all the 58s got it. Like I said, everybody was going to guess 58, and then it was like, yeah, this one is a pretty decent 09 compared to this one. Hey, Parker, welcome. It's not the best I've ever seen, but it's still a pretty decent one. Sometimes it seems like we kind of manifest things. It'll be like we're talking about how, you know, we find 09s more than 24s or whatever, and then it out pops an 09. We haven't found a war nickel lately, which has kind of been irritating because we've been pulling buffaloes, which are great. And I pinned that message at the top so people can see it. Devonzo. Anybody can type !me and get their channel link posted. Yeah, it's one of those things that I don't miss. The wind and snow. I mean, we get some snow, but that's one of the things that I do not miss from living in Wyoming. And it's not the cold that bothers me, it's the winds. Where I grew up, it's one of the windiest spots in the country. And the average wind speed is between 19 to 21 miles an hour average. So we always said that Wyoming actually never got snow. We just said that Idaho blows and Nebraska sucks. That's what everybody would say, so it would just go straight through. Yeah, the mountain ranges can definitely do that. And that's what happened where I lived up in Casper. It was, it would just channel right down, right through that area. Yeah. I love growing up there, but yeah, that wind is brutal. I moved to Grand Junction from Wyoming, and I loved it there. And then when everything fell apart in 2011, because it took a little while because Grand Junction's a lot of oil field and stuff. So it took a little while for it, all that fallout, housing fallout and stuff, to kind of catch up. And when it did, they shut the location that I worked at because we did loans and no one had money to qualify for them. So I moved here to southern Utah, being your family, until I figured out where I was kind of going to go, and I ended up staying here so far. We are halfway through the box. That was roll 25. Ah. And it's funny because I always say Wyoming. I never say Wyoming. But up there, everything was basically unless it was thing. But, you know, we'd go hunting, fishing, camping. So when you get that and you mix with when I get really tired, I've had people ask if what part of Texas I'm from. I go, I'm not from Texas. They go, you sure sound like it. And it's like, yeah, I'm from Wyoming, but when I get really tired, that little bit of a drawl type thing comes out. Drive to 5. Saw that pop up at work, but I haven't been able to watch it, so. Yeah, it's one of those things. You know, we're finding buffalo nickels. That's great, but where have all the war nickels go? I used to find more war than buffalo. Because I keep track of all the stats and everything on my subscriber hunts. And last year when I started doing them, we did 21 boxes of nickels for subscribers. We had found 10 buffaloes and 12 war. And this year I think we found more buffaloes than war nickels. We found 4509s and 1124s, and I think this year I found more 24s than 09s. Only 2 proofs last year. I don't find proofs often, but I have found them. And it's nice when I'm able to find them for a subscriber. Hey, look at that one. First one. First 24 of the box. I'll unwrap this one, and then by that time you should be able to have guesses in. And I'm going to do this. It is a 39. But if you noticed on the back, there is no D or S. 39 Denver and San Francisco are both key dates. Unfortunately, this is not a key date. But still, it's from the 30s. KJ with 46. Alrighty. Let's see if we can. Sorry, it's kind of blurry, but I'll get it fixed. Yeah, it's not too bad of a condition. It's a little beat up on the rim up here. But when you compare them to something like this one from the 40s, that 39 is pretty good. Hey, John Chum. Welcome. We're almost at 50 likes. We got 25 likes before the hunt actually started. Which is always nice. Yeah, last time I saw silver today, I think it was $96 US. And gold was $48.50 or something. $98 now. And if anybody else has come in and I didn't see you, I apologize, but welcome. If anybody's looking and just watching, that's fine too. $49.54 for gold. Yeah, I don't track it too much, but every now and then I look at it, and I just know today I saw that it was back up. Yesterday it had gone down. And today it's back up. I was going to say I show 47 likes, which means it's probably 48. I think the exchange rate for Canada is something like, what, 70% to the US dollar? So I think $1 Canadian equals like 70 cents US or something. The ratio gold to silver, I think is like 58. No, I think it's like 52 or something. Right about almost 50, 50 to 1. They say the usual spot where it's not so volatile, I think, is like when they're 65 or something. But right now it's quite lower. Because if silver is almost $100, 50 to 51 to 1 ounce. Yeah, I was going to say, I thought it was somewhere around 50, 52. It's one of those, I read the article and stuff, and then it's later that I have to think about it, and it's like, I know it's somewhere around this area. $50.2. 51 likes now, nice. I have seen people trading in gold for silver. And I've also seen people trading silver for gold. I had to find what I was looking for, and it was the 50 like giveaway. 30 rolls down. I doubt we'll get to 70, or 75. But you never know. Exclamation GAW. That will get you into the drawing. And Marsh won the 25, so you can't win this one. But you can still win the wheel. I've come close to 75 likes. I think it was 68 one night. I have no clue how DHC does his stuff. I usually stop and click the link button and say hello and leave. Well, welcome. So on this one, you can do exclamation GAW and get entered into drawing for a copper round, such as this is one of the examples. But even if it's for a few minutes, I will definitely take any support. Alrighty. There we go. It says 37 seconds, but I know it's been over for a while, so Let's freeze him just for a minute. Give everybody about 30 seconds, since that's how much it kind of paused for. We got 32 people in. $33. Hey, Jim Thompson got in. All right. Get a few, 34. Get a few of these last stragglers. Because I'm nice. 35. All right. 36. Hey, New Marshall got in. That's his box. All right. And if you enter more than once, it only allows you on there one time. For example, on that one. So our winner, 50 likes, is Crafty. Crafty's won before. As usual, I can send my screenshot unless you know what you want. Oops. Hi, Tim. Nah, it's one of those that if you're not sure if you got in, like you didn't see your name pop up or something, as you've entered, and then make sure you Jersey Devil. Yes, I believe I do have some of those. Let me just take a look here real quick. I can't remember which box it's in, but got the jackalopes. Got one left, it looks like. See, Crafty's been here enough that you probably have half of the ones memorized. You're welcome. So I now have that, so I can get it sent off. And I'll put it right here. It's one of those things I have locations I send more to than others. Yes, it would, AG. That would actually do cover 2, so it's up to you if you want to do just half that or whatever. But I have a few in Ohio that I send a few different locations. New York, I send a few different locations. Trying to think of ones that I send to multiple different locations. Cool. All right. I will make sure we get that done. We're going to have 2 end of streams. Kind of slowed down there for a little bit, so let's get back into it and find some more nickels and buffalo nickels and V nickels and get that bounty. Military school. It is kids. Casper has one of the oldest ROTC programs west of the Mississippi. It's funny, in the U.S. you can say west of the Mississippi or east of the Mississippi, and everybody understands what you're meaning. So it's one of the older ones, and one of the things was they had to put a gun range in the school. It's underneath the, I can't remember if it's underneath the school or underneath the stadium. And now I think it's used for storage and yeah, there's a bunch of ones I would love to get. It's like some more of those wolf ones, but those wolf ones are much more expensive. So if I got them, they'd be minimum $25 for me, which means it would have to be something like $32 for me to make about $2 on it. Haven't had anything for a while. Now we do. So far, we have 3 people exactly on with the oldest of the box. And that was at 39 so far. Hopefully it's lower. That's Chris H, Brian R, and Mark S. Like I said, hopefully we'll find some older ones. Everybody's guessing 58 again. You never know. That 39 was in better condition than the one from the 40s. More than one from the 50s. Alright, we got stop signs. And I'll let Mark get in as the last one. And we probably have about a dozen winners. 58. That 8 looks weird. Let me just double check. I guess it's just some damage. It just, at the naked eye, it looked like half a 3 and half of a 5. I was like, what? So, get that on the board. 10, and I think half of those are 58s. All right, wheel of names. Oh boy. Let's start running down the list there. We got Billy and Marsh. 74, JC. Chris H. Jim Thompson. Natalie. And Yambon, however you say it. MLN. And Coin Cody. So I had Billy and Marsh, 74, JC, Chris H, Jim Thompson, Natalie Peters, Yanambon, MLN, Coin Cody. Just a few. But when half of them are 58s, that's kind of to be expected after a few of them. for anybody new, the wheel, whoever's box I'm searching for automatically gets an entry. If you have the correct drink guess when the stream starts, you get an entry. If you get the oldest of the box guess, you get an entry. And at the end, I usually have a spot where I'll type in wheel, and if you type in wheel, you get an entry. And then all the guesses from throughout the night go on, like all those that won. And I spin the wheel, and we get a winner. And then you get to choose one of my copper rounds out of all the many I have. I'm actually down quite a bit. I'm trying to get more, but my one box is almost... Could probably combine the two boxes into one. But I kind of have them separated out, but I've got to kind of do them. At one point I had about 400 copper rounds. I think I'm down to about 250 between all the ones I've given away and have sold. So now I'm trying to replenish them. Like I said, it's gone. Copper has even gone way up. And the cheapest I've able to find them is about $250, which means I'd have to raise my price to $3 instead of $250. So, which still isn't bad because most places are trying to sell them for $4 each. The only problem is if you get them to where you can pick which ones you want. Yeah. Yeah, I think it was fair. Yeah, that Buffalo was B.H. Ringer's. But I told him if he ever wanted to sell it, let me know. I mean, you don't find... I mean, it's a 38D, so it's the last year, but still, it's an MS66. Yeah, it's the toning that I liked more than anything. If it wasn't toning or toned, I probably would have not even thought about it. But that one is just absolutely awesome. Testing, testing. Did I get that 50s on the board? Yeah, I did. Are you still using, I'm assuming, Cash App? Yes. My question wasn't posting. Yeah, I have PayPal, Cash App, and Venmo. I would say 2/3 are Cash App, and 1/3 is PayPal with a few others thrown in there. I've had money orders of cash. Yeah, I'm not sure why question wasn't posting, but no. If you ever like on PayPal, you have goods and services. I do request that you use goods and services unless you're just doing like a tip thing. Like Jim Thompson did. But if you're buying something, I prefer goods and services. That just covers both of us if there's any problems. You can do Venmo through PayPal now. Yeah, I know that it try typing out Cash App. Yeah. But yeah, I set them all up. I have my personal ones. I have all three. But we have our second 2024. And amazingly enough, I don't believe it, but it's a P. 2024 Philly. That is amazing because I never get P's in my area. Well, I do. They're in the freezer section, but I think everything that I have found for people have always been Denver. So I don't know if that's my first Philly or not. If it isn't, I don't remember seeing it. $40 rolls down, 10 more to go. That was a nice condition too. Yeah, I never find peas in my area. All I find is Denver. Yeah, that's the reason why, is because of the area. But even like on most of these, I mean, that 2016D, 2012D, 2015 is a Philly. 23 Denver. 20 Denver. 13 Denver. Now, it could be a little unfair because we do have some Canadians in here. But that just, I guess, gives them an advantage. Quite a good smattering of foreign 30s, 40s, 50s, 9s, 24s. We're just missing that stupid buffalo and a war nickel and a B nickel. So this is one of the times that it most likely is not going to be, you know, like I said, it's 99.9, or I guess I should say 99.5%. This is the only time that you will see that. But in the meantime, we got another 2009. For laying around. Thank you, Larry. Alyssa Rader, I'm going to get you some points so you can play games and gamble and stuff. If you subscribe, you get extra points also. Yeah, it's like when we Venmo family back and forth and stuff, we always label it fart jar. It's 1985. So it's one of those that is always labeled as fart jar. We know exactly what it means when someone puts it. It's just instead of putting for what it's for, we always put just fart jar. And Brian Roar. Okay. I was about to see if anybody had put that. But on mine, I set on Venmo. I have it on private. New guest. I was going to say, the way the night's been going, you never know. I think half of all those 50s are 58s. We've had 54, 6, 7s, 8s, and 9s, I think. I think there was a 56. Can't remember. I know we've had a 54, 7, 8, and 9. Can't remember if we got 56 or not. Hey, we get a second one out of that box. Or out of that roll. Yeah, I was going to say, I thought it was everything but the 55, because the 55 Philly is a semi-key date. And 51S is semi-key date. I blame Garrett Christiansen if I'm wrong this time, and why not you too, Jim Thompson? If you guessed 58, you were wrong. It's 54. There's the new guess. Get that on the board. $50D, that would be a nice one. And oh, David Canham. Welcome, David. You snuck in. Didn't see you. See you, Jim. Thanks for coming. Much appreciated. Finish up this roll and then we'll flip it, because this roll had 2 in it. I'll blame this on Billy if I'm wrong. $47. That was the year my dad was born. Larry came in way later. Sorry. 47, we had VMC exact, if I'm reading that right. And my dad was born on Thanksgiving Day. It was November 27th, 1947. He was 60... Can't remember, 60 something when he died. It was 2013. I believe, yeah, I think 2013 was like March of 2013. we had planned to go up there to like Yellowstone and like Thermopolis, places I went to and grew up. And hey, thank you for subscribing. We always love that. Winter Spirit. Let me get you some points to gamble and play with. There you go. It gives you some, but I always give you more. But yeah, we were going to go up and do Thermopolis and all that. And then my ex-wife had to be flown life flight to the hospital because we found out an ectopic pregnancy. So she had to have emergency surgery. So we didn't get up there. And then Thermopolis, yep. So we never got up there to see him before he died. Thermopolis is a bunch of hot springs, and I cannot swim there because I am allergic. That I cannot even swim in the hot springs. With even just being in the building, because there's an indoor and an outdoor pool, even just being in the indoor where just from humidity, I will start breaking out in hives. Sulfur. Just the air from being in the building will cause me to. But if I actually get in, it used to be I would just be a little itchy afterwards. And it just kind of gradually kept getting worse and worse. And then it got to the point where once I got in, within 15 minutes, I would be broke out in hives. And then they would pus and bleed, and was not fun. But yeah. So I've always been allergic to sulfa drugs, but people don't believe me when I tell them that I can't swim in hot springs because I'm allergic to the water. Because there is so much sulfur in it. So yeah, it got to the point where, like I said, I wouldn't even swim. I would just be inside and play like some of the video games, arcade, watch the TV, kind of hang out while everybody else swam, and read a book. But yeah, it even got so bad that I couldn't be in the building, or I would start breaking out in hives. And like just going through an area, it's like at Yellowstone or something. That's not a big deal because you're out kind of in the fresh air, and you're not sitting there in the water and in an enclosed space. So like Yellowstone and stuff, going through there, it never bothered me. But yeah, getting in Thermopolis was not fun. Like I said, it got so bad that I couldn't even be in the building itself. So they had an indoor pool and an outdoor pool, and then they had a steam sauna room. No sound? Doesn't say no one else has said anything. Oh, good. 5 more rolls. Yeah, probably just a kind of a glitch in the phone or something. Seems it's a laxative and drains one of energy. Huh, weird. I haven't had a lagging thing pop up. I know there's sulfites like in foods and stuff like that, but I think those are in such small quantities that it doesn't cause me to break out in hives. It's the only thing I'm allergic to. My younger brother is allergic to penicillin, and his allergy is so bad that he cannot even eat blue cheese or his throat starts swelling. My son and daughter are allergic to penicillin, but they can eat blue cheese without any much problem. But my brother, he cannot even have a blue cheese like on his steak or salad or anything like that. My internet was going out for a minute ago, but we're getting a winter storm coming in. Yeah, I know that there's a lot of places getting hit or going to get hit. And I think at work they were talking about it and said that we might get some snow, but most likely it'll just be cold. And I was gonna say you're fine if you put it in before the arrows, as long as it's not like way before. But like Brian, you're fine. It's only 20 cents away now. It's gone up even more since I last looked at it. Like I said, it was like last time I saw it today, it was like 96 something. And gold was like almost at 5,000. All right, let's finish up those guesses because we have another one to guess. And I know we had one person exactly on, which was Brian. That's a new one. Do that there. It's funny when I saw Brian put it in, I'm thinking, It's like getting it exactly on the first one in. Ooh. This new roll has one to guess after this one. Brian cheated. He's right behind me. Yeah, if you see them on the back, you know that they're earlier because they switched them to the front. That's why, like I said, probably 99.5% of the time it's going to be 50s or older. All right. We'll guess this one, and then I'll flip it and turn the other one over. It's a 57. I saw a couple 57s. And there's our new one. Let's see. No, I saw at least two. David C. And Joe Minnick, welcome. So I had David and Joe. Got 2 rolls left. Got a good range of years in there. Yeah, it's one of those things. A lot of times you're like, it's going to be this, and you change it, and then it's like, nope, I should have stayed. I've done that before. Because I'm thinking, I'm going to guess this, and it's like, So I put down something else, and then it pops up. I'm like, I know I should have kept that, my original thought. All right, I think it's good enough time for guessing. Another 40s. I think Brian R. had a 41. Just dropping a number. Yeah. Because I was watching them as they were put in, and I'm thinking, we have so far 1, 6, 18, 21, 3, 4. 24. We need a few more finds. Come on. Last roll. Let's find some magic. It would be horrible to have a stream without a buffalo or a war nickel. You'll probably want to change it 74. It'll be the 50s or older. $52. There's two that were stuck together, so I had to use my knife and slice them apart. Well, we did find another find in that roll. If I can get it without shining it everywhere. It's an 09. There we go. So that's 4 09s now. I do have some 64 Denvers, and I have a 63 Philly that we'll check for. And so that last roll did have a find. It was the 09. That one's the last year, the 50s, 59. Get that on the board. I'm sure we had a few get it. David C. Just one? Wow. That was less than I thought. And we got all the D's. Problem with a lot of them are they're damaged. So it's like your first thought is, ooh, that's one, but like that's damaged. Hey, Ron. Welcome. So we had a 59, 57, a 54, a 58, a 59, a 54, a 58, a 56, a 58, 58, 59, 58, 57. So 5 of them were 58s. $13.50s, yep, that's what I got. $40s. We have a 40. We have a 40. We have a 47. We have a 49 and a 46. 5. Yep. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 30s. We had 1. It's a 39. No mint mark. 04s. Or 04s. 09s. 4 of them. 24s. 2 of them. Foreign. 1. And then just a kind of interesting toner. And since you collect toners, I know that you would probably like that. So what do we have? 6, 19, 26 fines. Yeah, I noticed that it was toned like dark on this side and, you know, just kind of a toned on that. And you would think it'd be the same as that one, but it's opposite on this one. So it's just weird. It was like when I noticed that, and it was like, yeah. Lots of finds, nothing like super great, but lots of finds. But it was a pretty good box. I'm going to have to get like a box to send it most likely, but right now I'm just putting it in that just to hold everything until your last hunt. If I don't drop and break everything. So we've come to this portion. And the wheel is separate, so if you already won a giveaway, that's fine, because you can be on the wheel. But when it comes to the end of stream one, just a cheap one. Alrighty. So we're doing that. We've also got the giveaway. We've got 76 names on tonight. Oh, I gotta put one more on. Or a few more on. The oldest guest, 39, we had Chris H. Brian R. And Mark Spafford. I almost forgot that. So now you got 79 names on. And we do have 2 giveaways tonight for end of stream. Brian R. You are the wheel winner. Let's see how many times you were on. We had 79 names. You were on there 6 times. And I think you've won once before, if I remember right. Maybe I'm thinking wrong. I don't know. Anyway, email me, dadhuntscoins@gmail.com. And like I said, we'll go through some of the extra rounds. And I can always send that to you. It's not completely up to date, but whenever I finish a can, I always kind of go like that, because I've had it before where I go to pick it up and start drinking again, and it's empty, and then it irritates me that I grabbed an empty can. So a long time ago, I learned to just kind of crush it a little bit. We do have 2 giveaways tonight. We had an extra one graciously donated for an extra EOS. So we will pick 2 winners. And I'm just going to use the same one so you don't have to re-enter for another one. And the first winner, we had 27 people. Hey, Renee, me. If you want to get exclamation GAW, I'll let you in real quick. Unless you already got in. Nope, you're in. Never mind. Alright, so you're in. Alright, the first winner Chris H. So that's EOS 1. And the second winner, David C. So, Chris H, EOS 1 giveaway, David Cahan, EOS 2 giveaway. So I have N Marsh, Brian R, Chris H, and David C. I'll have to check emails if you've emailed, but I already got crafties set out. So we'll go through some of these extra rounds. Yes. So we had an extra giveaway because of a gracious donation. All right, we got the normal colorized eagle. We've got Don't Tread on Me. We've got one colorized Bitcoin. I have a whole tube of non-colorized. I have one pirate coin left. Got a few Fear of the Jackalopes. Got U.S. Air Force, Aim High, Fly, Fight, Win. Men in Arms, Safety in Numbers. And if you see one that you like, please tag me so I can see it. Otherwise, it's going to get lost. Chris said, give mine to VMC. All right. So, Chris Helms, give to VMC. I've got that changed. Wasn't too much a fan of colorized coin bars and rounds on silver, but I must say it looks beautiful on copper. Yeah, it depends on the kind. Some of them are like not great looking. Some of them it's like ooh. America, One Nation Under God. USS Constitution, Old Ironsides. That's a little bit of a toner. Happy Halloween. Colorized Eagle, please. All right. Let me get that one put in. You're very welcome. I've got one Abominable Snowman left. I got COVID-19 2020 Pandemic Survivor. I can do that so they don't keep falling over. It'd be easier just to do this one. I've got 1889 Seated. I've got a 1836 Seated. And those are, oh, it's 1830, and I'm like, how can it be the same but different? So an 1836 and an 1839. Happy Halloween. Okay. Got yours. I've got a Lincoln wheat, not the 09S VDB, just a front with wheats on it. Got a few different kind of buffaloes. I've got a buffalo with the mint on the back, a buffalo front Indian with the mint on the back, I've got undated, we got a Merc dime with the mint on the back. And that box used to be full, and this box used to be full. I've got a few different kind of Walking Liberties. I've got that one. And I've got that one, so you can see the difference. This one's got kind of like a matte finish. This one's more shiny finish. I've got the Buffalo Round with front and back. I've got a 1907 Indian. Got a 1911 Indian. I got a 1921 Peace Dollar. I also have them with the shinier finish instead of matte finish. I have a few different Trump ones. I have Donald Trump MAGA hat, Donald Trump portrait, and Donald Trump assassination attempt. Those are the backs. So the MAGA hat is that back, portrait is that back, and the assassination attempt is that back. I have that one. Bitcoin non-colorized. Got Walking Liberties, Indian Heads, Trumps, Buffalo Rounds. Extra 1 ounce rounds are $2.50 each, and then shipping. With one or two, I can fit it in an envelope like this. I can fit. Do you have one of the St. Gunn bars? I think I might have. Let's see, what is that? Number 28. Because these are my extra ones. Can I see the Indian head scent round? Yes, you can. Just check here. Yes. I do have one left of the St. Gaudens. the Indian head scent. It's 1877. And 1 cent. They do have a little bit of a spot on these ones, just so you're aware. And I checked all of them, and they all have that spot. So if you want to see it more, I can show you it more. So the back is the 1 cent. The front has the 1877 with Liberty. They're not perfect condition. I do get them, obviously not brand new from the mint. I like to get that pierced ear trump. Take the pirate coin. Alrighty. My last pirate coin. And that was Brian R. And Marsh, if there's one that you see that you want, let me know. And you can get any of those, like if you want that one. And if you want to email me later, so if there's one that, you know, some people don't want people to know what they're getting, can I get one each MAGA hat and earshot? Those two. You don't want the portrait one. So those are $2.50. I can do 2 in 1 envelope, which would be $2. So it'd be $7 to get both of these sent. Because I can do 2 in 1 envelope, and it's like $1.87 or something to send it. And you wanted that one. Okay. Makes it easy when we already have them. So I got Crafty, Chris H. gave to BMC, David Kim, Brian R. and Marsh. Yeah, I found out that I can send 2 in 1 envelope. I tried that and it went fine. So it's like it works. I'll do it. It's about $1.52 to send 1 because you have to stamp it non-machinable. Plus it's over an ounce because with the weight of everything it's over 1 ounce. And okay. So as you can see, this used to be packed full. It's not anymore. This was packed full. Not anymore. This was packed full. And not anymore. So I've got to combine those. I am looking for more, but so far I haven't found any that are cheap enough. And that was yeah, because the rounds are $2.50 each, and then I can get 2 in an envelope, and it's like $1.87 87 or something, so just $2 for that. So that would be a total of 7. 2, 15. Trumps. $7. There you go. So I've got that, and then I'm just gonna tape that together just so I keep them together. Wow. Yeah, I never knew that they had the glowing toonies, and I thought that's cool. Let's see. Just hold on to it for now. Okay. Just make sure I pull that out. So I've got ones that are to hold 74. I've still got your pirate one that for when your boxes come up. And then you can see I've got those held out for your boxes, or box, or I guess it's box. And do I have any more I'm holding? I think I've got one for BH into stream, BH into stream. I've got those set off to the side for you still. And then Larry, I've still got yours. You said you wanted to hold off for a minute because you were looking at some stuff, so I've still got that held off. So I'm going to put that with this one. Money cent. Okay. Let's say I will get that in the mail in the morning. Pretty good stream with quite a few different finds. Unfortunately, no buffalo or war nickel. I'm just crossing out the years because that way I don't have to write everybody's names down multiple times. I can just reuse the same sheet. Night, David. Thanks for coming. Yeah, that's good. I was going to say, I know that we're still booked out for a little ways, so it's one of those that if someone's wanting like a box, I pull those out because that way they're not possibly being sold or something. So I've got those set off to the side for you. Because anytime... Oh, the results of my poll? Yeah. Let me go to... So I had 14 votes. 21 said stream on Tuesdays if someone wants a Tuesday hunt. 7% was double box if someone has to or if Hunter wants to go second. 21 also on leave it the same it is now. And then 50%, it doesn't matter to me as long as you stream, Zero Boy. So I'm thinking it's probably going to be kind of a combination of pretty much leaving it the way it is now, but add another day if someone wants like a Tuesday or something. I can, as long as I'm able to do it, I can always do it. May not have as many people in there on those nights, but pretty much it's going to be left the same. Sometimes stream on a Tuesday type thing. If you want to run mine on Tuesdays to test, feel free. Okay. And say if you want to, that is fine. Yeah, I know. I just like to, sometimes get an opinion of what, people's ideas are, because I've been in channels before where they totally change the entire thing up, and then it's like, I don't like this anymore. So I quit watching. And, if lots of people were saying do a double box, I mean, right now it's 8:42 here, which means it's 10:42 East Coast. People have to work still usually on Fridays. I know you got kids and things happen, so even if you plan it and do it occurs, no worries. Yeah. Right now there's no basketballs or things. Usually my daughter's dance stuff is usually on a Saturday. Usually. And then, like I said, my son doesn't have anything going on right now. When he has baseball, it's usually on Wednesdays. Around here, they usually hold most of the thing on like Wednesday, sometimes a Tuesday or Thursday, but most of the time games and stuff are on Wednesdays. So I'm still going to keep the Monday and Thursday, but maybe throw a Tuesday, or now that I won't be working the entire weekend on call, just the nights, I would be able to do like a Saturday, and just make sure I'm not running over someone else, like, Walker Magnet or something like that. So I know you can't schedule everything around everybody because there's so many people that stream and things, but if I can help from not streaming over someone else, then there you go. Only had 53 likes. We'll get to the 75 some night. Yeah, weekends, it's one of those that you can do more like during the day, but usually people kind of have stuff that's going on, and if someone's like got their stuff done, it's usually in the morning, and by the evening, that sort of thing. But then that's when, you know, people go out on like date nights and things like that. I don't have to worry about date nights. Unlike those buffaloes that are dateless. I don't plan on trying to find a date either. Like I said, I have, after tonight, it'll probably be, because I've got 2,800. This will probably usually about 100 or so a night. And that'll make it about 2,900. Oh, I only had a 98% like. Someone disliked it. I think it's funny when someone dislikes it. It's like, okay, whatever. Doesn't matter to me. Saturday afternoon's good. Yeah, I wouldn't want to stream late into the evening either. Because like I said, I'd have to go on call at 9 o'clock anyway. But at least, you know, it could be something during the day or something like that. Yeah, that was one day when we were getting to the 50 likes, or we had something like 68 likes or something like that. And then
your son is attempting to reach you on your cellular device.
Went all of a sudden the bunch ended. Give me a second here. Hello.
Come say goodnight.
Okay.
Love you.
Alrighty, I'm back. You have to stream when it's convenient for you, sometimes even if it's someone else is on at the same time. It's especially true when you have several channels in the same stream, like our Canadian nickel hunts. Yeah. It's one of those things that's like, I know on Wednesdays and Fridays Rob hunts, and of course he's way bigger, so he's going to get a lot more people in, whereas if it's between him and me, people are going to watch him. But, you know, obviously you can't have everybody, you know, going around everybody else, but because I know that if I try to do it like on a Wednesday or Friday night, it just wouldn't work because, like I said, everybody's going to watch Rob, and I would have, like, no one. except for the people that maybe don't know who Rob is. That's why I know at least Monday and Thursdays at least work decent enough for now, so. And schedules and stuff always change, and that's like now that I'm not going to be working all day, I could also do maybe, you know, like a Sunday afternoon or something. I know Copper Owl streams Monday night or Sunday nights. Yeah, that's one problem with Rob's is you have so many people in there. But yeah, usually the smaller channels are a little easier to communicate with. But I'm not too worried about trying to go over someone else's, but yeah, it's like, but yeah, I mean, you know, if someone has ideas or something, you know, they can always give me, just like, you know, I was given the idea of offering like 5 copper rounds instead of a nickel or penny pack, and, you know, implemented that. So I'm always open to anything, you know, ideas and suggestions and comments and all kinds of fun stuff. Yeah, a lot of times it's like, I just, even with like football and stuff, my stepdad, he will mute it instead of having to listen to the announcers all the time, because the announcers kind of drive him crazy. And yeah, see you, AG. Appreciate you coming, and we can always try it on a Tuesday or something. Yeah, I haven't watched Rob. I watch like his videos, but I don't watch his streams just because it just doesn't work out for me. But it is what it is. And like I've always said, if, you know, I've had a, you know, when I first started doing it, before I started really taping up my envelopes along the sides and everything, and there was a few people that had gotten theirs stolen for their round, like cut and sliced open. On those, it was like, okay, so I resent a round, and if I send something to someone, I can't remember who it was the other night. Clean Hunter Texas live tonight. Okay, yeah. Let's get his channel posted, and so like when I forgot to include the round, so it was. Do you have his channel real quick? You can post that. I just got to get to where it's at. Coin Hunts Text. There we go. It's Coin Hunts Texas. Yeah, that's the same with me. It's, you know, there you go. But yeah, I've always said, if I make a mistake or I forget to send something, I will send it, even if it ends up, costing me money, like on the round. I forgot to include it in the package. I just put the round and then sent it, paid the shipping and sent it. So there you go. So, all right. Head over to Coin Hunt, Texas, and check them out. You guys have a good night, and appreciate you coming. See ya. Yeah. Thanks, Ann Marsh. I stream every Mondays and Thursdays at 5:30 Mountain, so if you always turn on bell notifications, you'll always have that notification. I do post them the day before, just to post it and have people aware of it. So there you go. All right, we'll see you.